Hello again. The recent case of Abdul Ezedi, the Afghan who converted to Christianity in a bid to remain in this country after he had twice been refused asylum, put me in mind of an earlier case which nobody now seems to remember, even though it was less than 18 months ago. On Remembrance Sunday in 2022, an Iraqi suicide bomber detonated a bomb outside a hospital in Liverpool. His name was probably Ahmad al-Swalman, although he used other names in his attempts to claim asylum in this country. Like Abdul Ezedi, he had made 2 claims for asylum in Britain, and like Ezedi, had them both refused. Then, again like Abdul Ezedi, he supposedly became a Christian, following which he revealed himself in fact to be a dangerous Islamist who tried to blow up a hospital. The common thread here is the willingness of churches in this country to aid and abet illegal immigration by allowing obvious rogues to pretend to convert to Christianity in order to remain in this country on the grounds that they would be persecuted if they were deported. There is something very weird going on with British churches and illegal immigration guyed up as asylum seeking. I had a piece published on this a couple of weeks ago on the Lotus Eaters site, and I give a link to it in the description to this video, together with a link to stuff about the Liverpool suicide bomber. The churches, both Catholic and Protestant, are up to their elbows in working to help illegal immigrants remain in Britain, often by pretending to believe that they are genuinely becoming Christians. This is not just my opinion. Writing in a newspaper today, former Home Secretary Suella Braverman says that when in office, she became aware of churches around the country facilitating industrial-scale bogus asylum claims. Most people know about this. It's no particular secret. It is, of course, also hypocrisy and deceit on an industrial scale, because none of the ministers involved are under any illusion that the conversions in which they are involved are anything other than bogus activities designed to facilitate illegal immigration. After the Iraqi blew himself up outside the hospital in Liverpool, the Dean of Liverpool Cathedral, where the bomber had seemingly found Jesus, said, "I can't think of a single example of somebody who already had British citizenship converting here with us from Islam to Christianity." Of course not. Why would they? This is tantamount to an admission that such conversions are part of an immigration scam, which of course they are. What I find astonishing is that older people, or those with some experience of the criminal world, into both of which categories I fit, will know perfectly well that suddenly finding Jesus is very often part of a deception being carried out for the advantage of an individual. The number of people in prison who supposedly get religion in the run-up to an application for parole is very high, and nobody working in the prison system, including the chaplains, is in any doubt at all as to the reason for this sudden interest in religion. People on bail for serious offences for any length of time also find that it sometimes pays to get involved with the church as an outward sign of repentance and an indication that if they're not sent to prison, then they'll be transformed into useful and law-abiding citizens. We all know about this Finding Jesus racket as it is practised among native British people, but why then should we assume that foreigners won't use the same gambit if it looks as though it will militate to their advantage? As I say, the churches themselves know all this even better than we do, and the fact that they are beavering away like this, encouraging so-called refugees and asylum seekers to work the system in such a shameless fashion, is something which really needs to be looked into. It is we who will in the long term pay the price for this kind of trickery.